Welcome to Feature Friday for another week, where we explore the cool functions of our software. But let's have a look how we might create this, where we've got a whole area of roof here which is all merged together. And how do we create that? Well, let's delete what we've got, get rid of all of that, and start again. I need to turn on my walls because I had them turned off. And we need to delete the walls too, get rid of all that stuff. Okay, so construct roof. Track outline, we'll create the first roof first, which was that shape. And we don't want to change the outline. This will be a single story structure and with a 12-foot eave height. 6 in 12 in slope, and hit OK and continue, and it builds it. But then some bright spark comes along and says, well, we want a second story. So we'll have a second story and we'll plonk that second story. Let's just draw a second story. So we'll have we'll draw a second story and we'll go all the way from somewhere out here to somewhere over here and out there and close square. This will be a second story. Note that, that's important, and the eave height of this will be 20. So we hit OK and continue. So now we have two roofs. And if we look at that from the front view, you'll see you've got a lower roof and an upper roof. But the architect wants all these roof planes to merge. Now the only way that roof plane can merge is if they are in the same plane. And if we look at the left-hand view, you'll see they're not quite there, and so they will never join. So if we go back to our top view for a minute, so we'll cut out all the stuff from underneath. So this is the Modify Roof Cutout function. We're going to auto track around the walls, and we're going to select it by story. Remember, this was a first story and this was a second story, and I want to cut out the first story that's around that wall line. So we hit OK, auto track around the wall and cut out the first story, hit OK. Bam, done. Okay, so now that we've got the basic shape of our extension, this is a second story extension on a single story structure, we want to merge those two planes. So we use the modify function align planes. So we want to align this roof plane with that roof plane and move the entire structure so that those two planes align, and we hit OK. Move all those, yes, and now they are all aligned. And if we go back to our left view, you'll see, look at that, they're absolutely spot on aligned. So we go back to our plan view. Now they're aligned, but they're not one plane. They're actually two separate planes, and if I use the check button verify, that's one plane and that's another one. So that's no good. We'll go to Modify Roof, Merge Planes. I want to merge this plane with this plane. And now it's all one plane. So if we verify that now, check, verify, that is now one plane. So if this was a metal roof, continuous roof sheet from the ridge to the eave. Now we only have a small problem though. The architect didn't think about this, so we're going to help him out. If we look at the front view, this side of the roof sort of ends in fresh air. So what are we going to do? Well, probably the quickest and easiest way, if I was designing this place, I'd say, well, you know what, let's just, instead of making that a hip end, let's make that a gable end, and job's right. So now that end of the wall is terminating. If we look at the front view, that end is terminating at the gable end there, and you've got a little bit of wall in there, and it's all honky-dory. So a whole bunch of stuff just in that little tutorial. Align planes, cut out and hip to gable, and the geometry of that is exactly what the builder will have to build if he's going to do that second story extension on the house. Well, that's about it for Feature Friday for this week. Keep your questions coming in. It's always fun to see what you want us to do, and they may become a subject to a Feature Friday video. Always looking for interesting questions to solve. Have a great weekend, and we'll speak to you again next time on Feature Friday. Bye for now.